Here we are going to give you our update on our picks for this week. Stand by and see how we're doing.
Turn that off. It's time for No Pad Sports Talk. Stay tuned as two brothers bring you the latest from your Michigan teams and beyond in hockey, baseball, football, and more. Let's get started. Here are your hosts, JD and Steve.
Well, welcome to another edition of No Pad Sports Talk. It is currently Sunday, October 6th. We were just watching a couple of the NFL games here finish up. We also kind of watched a little bit of the Phillies-Mets game. Went down to the bottom of the ninth. That was a great game. Former Tiger Castellanos walked it off. And, but yeah, we just wanted to come on the air real quick and just update everybody on our picks, how we're doing this week, and if we made any ground on ChatGPT.
Short answer, no.
Nope.
Not currently.
Nope. So far, I'm still one game ahead of ChatGPT.
And obviously that makes me, I think I'm tied with ChatGPT.
No? I mean, overall, one game ahead of ChatGPT overall.
Oh, one game overall. I just thought you were talking about for today.
No, for this week, we'll show everybody what we look like here. Let me just share the screen. And here we go. So, of course, Thursday night game, we already reviewed that one a little bit. Falcons ended up winning. I got kind of lucky on that pick. Jets Vikings, you see everybody picked the Vikings. Vikings won. Bears ended up winning, and that's where ChatGPT gained the game. The Commanders versus the Browns, got that game back against ChatGPT because they picked the Browns. Somehow the Dolphins pulled this game out, and ChatGPT went up yet another game. Everybody picked the Jaguars. I initially had the Colts selected, but when Richardson did not play, I changed it to the Jaguars. I made that known kind of ahead of time. Bills won the game, and last show I did say that if Texans win, I'll be happy because I would not mind seeing the Texans do well this year. I want to see them go to the playoffs, and I'd love to see a Texans versus Lions Super Bowl, but anyway, I digress. Everybody picked the Ravens. Everybody picked the Broncos. Cardinals upset the Niners. Seahawks got upset by the Giants. We just got done watching the Rams lose the Packers. That kind of went down to the wire. And so here we are, right? So ultimately, Steve has 5 wins this week. I got 6, and ChatGPT has 7.
Yeah. And the only way I can make up this game on JD is if the Saints beat the Chiefs.
And that'll be a tall order, but it's possible.
It will be. I mean, the Chiefs have been winning. They've been on the winning end of their one-possession games. And, speaking of, just games, coming down to the wire, the Ravens needed overtime today to beat the Bengals. The Bengals look good. Jamar Chase had 193 receiving yards today.
Yeah.
The team that everyone thought the Bengals were kind of showed up today. I mean, they were getting pressure. They were playing well on offense. The Bills just, I could see the frustration on Josh Allen's face today. It was rough watching that game today. And CJ Stroud is just as cool as they come. Honestly, under pressure, he's quiet. He just goes out there and he just does his job.
Yeah. I mean, look, Josh Allen went 9 for 30 today, right? The defense definitely had his number.
Yeah.
There was I'm trying to look how many pass deflections there were. 5, it looks like.
Yeah. And that's strange. For as tall as big as he is, for him to get, unless they're
passive defense. Passive defense, what I should have said. Yeah. But one was by a linebacker, Shahir. But Lassiter, the rookie, had one. Eric Murray and Derek Stingley Jr. Each had one as well.
Yeah. I'd like to say congratulations to the Jaguars. They are no longer winless. Trevor Lawrence had a good game. It's actually his first game as a starting quarterback in the last 9. He was 0-9 for the last 9 games that he's played. So maybe that's a sign of things to come. I'd have to look at the numbers, but it seemed like they got the ball either to their running backs more, even if it was just in the screen game, which we all know was just an extension of the run game for a lot of teams.
Yep.
And
yeah, but he only had 6 incompletions all game. 28 for 34.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, really good game. The Dolphins defense really stepped up against the Patriots today. The Bears and Caleb Williams, I'm still not a Caleb Williams fan. I'm not, but they look good.
They look good.
They look good, right?
I can no longer pick against them just because Williams is a quarterback now. Right. Williams has had a couple good games. Today he was 20 for 29, over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. On top of that, he also added 34 yards on the ground with his legs.
So the Broncos, Bo Nix, he got into a bit of a heated discussion with his head coach today while on the sideline. So I'd like to see some of that post game when they asked the coach, like, what was that conversation? What was going on? Bo Nix has played a lot of football, right? I get that he's a rookie in the NFL, but he played a lot of football in college. He is not a young man, right? So I think they might still have, I don't want to call it the training wheels put on him, but they're trying to put him in a position for him to win games and not put him in a position where he's losing those games. So,
right.
So I get that from, a head coach perspective or coaching staff perspective in general. So I kind of feel like that might be what the conversation was a little bit about. Like, you got to let me get out there and throw. Overall, it was a good game. I think some of the, there were good games all day.
All day, yeah.
Brock
Bowers, the former tight end for Georgia, actually showed up today. 8 receptions, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. But overall, the Giants don't look as bad, and they didn't even have Malik Neighbors. He didn't even play today, and they went out there and got the job done. See, Commanders, Jaden Daniels. That's all I'm gonna say. He did throw an interception today, but still, the kid is looking phenomenal. He's in the right offense currently for his skill set. Let's just say that.
Well, he threw for 238, 1 score, 1 pick, like you said. But his legs made a lot of difference today. I mean, he ran for 82 yards on 11 carries.
And I don't even know if he had like a big throw to Terry McLaurin during today's game too. He was actually rolling out to his right and kind of threw it back to his left a little bit. Not a whole lot where I'd say he's back to his left, but he was beyond the hash and he threw it to the hash. How's that? So,
well, the defense for Washington also had 7 sacks today too. Just got to call that out because that's a lot of sacks to get in a game for a defense.
It is. So, like I said, good games so far today. I hate that I'm coming off the the big win from last week to kind of settle in this week. Right, I could still get 7 wins, but right now I'm hoping for 6. So I just need one of my teams to win over the next 2 games. But that's it for me. I mean, I don't really have anything else. Briefly talked about the picks, certain players. Oh, the afternoon games, we had a 101-yard fumble return, right? And then not within 5 minutes of that happening, it could have been almost instantaneous. We had a 100-yard interception return. We had 2 blocked field goals that were returned for touchdowns, and that was all in the afternoon window. So, yeah, defenses were getting it done today. So if you had any of those defenses that scored those touchdowns, congratulations. They probably helped you win this week.
For sure. I know something about that
football,
too,
of course.
But,
Well, yours didn't. Yours were underperforming your defense.
But I know something about winning. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, but all right, that's kind of my feedback, my input on where we're at and where we're standing.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, let us know where we screwed up. I mean, obviously we know what teams we should have picked, but let us know what we overlooked.
Yeah.
And we'll come back. We always kind of do another show when we select our picks. We try to make it Thursday before the game. So come back for that. and
Yeah.
plus we'll probably have some baseball to talk about too. So
Yeah, because Skubal takes the mound for the Tigers tomorrow in Game 2
right.
of the ALDS against the Guardians. So let's hope we
Yep.
put up a better showing tomorrow than we did yesterday.
It's almost a must win at this point. I know it's going down 1-0,
Yeah.
best of 5, but it's almost a must win because you don't want to
It's got to
go down 2-0. So
you go down 2-0. Yes, you get a home game. That's great, but in the end,
you got to win 3 in a row at that point
you-
against the Guardians. And that's rough
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
So
And we basically, I won't say we split. We were down. Guardians throughout the season, they were up. They won 6-5 as far as in the
don't
11
remember what
games.
the
I think
split was.
I think they were
Yeah.
up just one game on us. So it was a tight series. We actually scored more runs than they did. The Tigers did. We scored 60 runs in those 11 games compared to 50 runs, and we were still down one game. The opportunity is there. We
Oh, for
obviously
sure.
we have the run production. We just got to get the W.
And we'll have the pitcher on the mound we want too. So
That's right.
But all right. Well, appreciate everybody sticking with us. We will come back in a couple days and we'll talk to you then.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.